Adesanya has too many losses in his prime to be the GOAT of the middleweight division, or even the number 2 spot. If he was currently undefeated in middleweight, he would be regarded as the best for sure. People were singing his praises not that long ago about how great he was. Ex-fighters like Bisping and Sonnen come to mind. They were such Izzy fans. Now, Bisping is saying Izzy should think of retiring and that he is past his best. In the UFC, in title fights, he holds a record of 7 wins and 4 losses, and that is by the age of 35. Anderson Silva had 11 title wins. His first loss in the UFC came at age 38 against Weidman. Adesanya, skill-wise, was always overrated as well. He lacks KO power, he isn't that technical. For the most part, he can be quite boring on the feet. He will just be jabbing and leg kicking all night long, and when an opponent gets too close, he will run away. Sometimes, literally. Sure, he has good takedown defense, but on the ground, he doesn't have an offense. People don't need to worry about getting submitted, unlike they had to with Silva. Izzy also has no ability to ground and pound. When was the last time you saw him do that with any degree of success? I actually think that overall, at middleweight, Adesanya has fought better opposition than Anderson when you compare resumes. That is because, in general, the average fighter does get better as the sport develops. A lot more talent has entered the UFC, and a lot more people train MMA. However, Silva could only fight who was around in his era. I think Prime Silva would have beaten Dricus and Strickland. Silva also had that it factor, that he could surprise you, be unpredictable. He had KO power and he also had a thicker physique. Izzy never got to that point where he developed an aura of invincibility. Now he looks very beatable. He lost in a variety of ways, by TKO, decision, and submission. It will only be downhill from here. His skills are diminishing, as is his ability to take a punch. He will acquire more losses, and at the end of it, people won't rank him as high as previously thought. Other fighters will come along and take his number 2 middleweight spot. Even Dricus has a chance since his resume is looking really good lately. If Dricus and Izzy rematched, Dricus would beat him, but only faster. That is the way it goes in fighting. When a younger fighter beats an older fighter in the rematch, they have him figured out already, and they beat him easier. In conclusion, Izzy will never be champion again, and he was never as good as initially thought. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below.